right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Tuesday, September 14th, and we've got a busy week for you this week. We got two events tonight. Our Burgundy tasting at the Tower Club, a little co-brand dinner at Mancini's. Tomorrow night, we've got a little room left for our friend Luis Fabrice Latour, who's in town at Cafe Max. And we've got a 4-course menu coming out with that. Check it out. It should be up on our web later today. And then Thursday, we got our big event with the New Times, man. We should have 1,000 people at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts, about 40 different wines, and a good time will be had by all. Trust me, that was a great event last year. What a party. And then Friday night, we have still got a little room left for our vintage Burgundy tasting. And as you can see, we've got some Burgundies here in front of me. All this Burgundy tasting is getting me thirsty for Burgundy. So I figured we should throw our friend Diedre a little bone. She's coming to help us out tonight and another tasting next week at Cafe Max, the Boisset family of wines, which the crown jewel of this portfolio, the Clos De Tart. Oh, I'm sorry, it was in this portfolio. The Mommessin family actually sold all the vineyards and everything else except for Clos De Tart to the Boisset family. So technically the Boissets, well, they don't even market and sell this product anymore. It's now sold by Wilson Daniels. And one of the great wines of Burgundy, Clos De Tart. This is a Grand Cru monopole, which supposedly this is the only single family that owns a Grand Cru monopole. As you know, Domaine de Romanee Conti has a few of them, Tache and Romanee Conti. However, those vineyards are technically owned by two families, not one. All right, then you have Clos de Lambres, which is a Grand Cru monopole. So there's a few other ones out there. I believe that's family-owned, so I don't know if there's propaganda that we see out there about this being the only family-owned monopole Grand Cru vineyard is exactly true, but it's definitely one of them, and definitely one of the great vineyard sites, one of the biggest of all the Grand Crus. They can produce about 2,000 cases of Clos De Tart. Wow, did I say big? 2,000 cases? That's tiny when it comes to production levels. Look at Chateau Lafite Rothschild. 30,000 cases of Chateau Lafite Rothschild. Well, the history of winemaking goes back even further in Burgundy than it does in Bordeaux, over 1,000 years. And the church, the owners of many of these great vineyards when things got started. Well, Mommessin, things got started in 1865 at La Grange de Saint-Pierre in the heart of Burgundy, and the ancient stone building, hey, that once belonged to the Abbey of Cluny. All right. Well, like I said, almost all the great vineyards history goes back to ownership by the church at some point in Burgundy. They were first a distiller, and then Jean-Marie Mommessin carefully added prestigious vineyards to his holdings, and now they boast some of the top Grand Cru sites in all of Burgundy. All this stuff, as I mentioned before, sold off to the Boisset family in 1997, and Sylvain Pitillot really was the factor that turned things around here, in my opinion. 1998 was his first vintage making Clos De Tart. He decided to declassify a third to a quarter of the grapes and make a second wine called La Forge. And this is in addition to farming all the vineyards biodynamically today, changing over the vineyard practice, upgrading the cellar. Well, the Mommessin family took the money from Boisset to upgrade their cellar, buy new barrels, and to turn Clos De Tart into one of the marquee Burgundies. And as I mentioned before, even though it doesn't get the same price as Romanee Conti and some Richebourgs and some other top-level Burgundies, well, sorry, today that's all changed because Clos De Tart, the 2006 release, over $500 a bottle retail in most places. This is a wine we could sell you the 04 at under $200. Hey, as a matter of fact, it's on this offer for under $200 a bottle. We just had the 04 at a dinner a few months ago out of Magnum, and the wine was drinking beautiful. Clos De Tart has this lovely exotic floral quality to it, this minty kind of character to it as it starts to mature, and just exotic oriental spice, lovely red cherry liqueur-like fruit, and this beautiful silky velvety texture. One of my favorite wines from Burgundy. Hey, in great vintages, I buy this wine in several sizes. I've got some 03 back there in 3-liter bottles. Sorry, it's not for sale. That's Isabella's birth year. We're saving that one. Hopefully, she won't need to sell that to go to some fancy college. Hopefully, we'll get to drink it. But as I said, whenever something special happens in my life, I want to have a wine from one of my favorite producers available to celebrate. And Clos De Tart, one of my favorite wines in the store. Hey, we've got everything else from Mommessin that's available on this offering, and we've got quite a stash of 04, 05, 06, and some 07 stuff from this vineyard in the store. Check it out on today's offer. I'm your host, Andrew Lampazone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.